Today we're going to make drunken veggie burgers. Now, yeah, I know, I can hear what you're saying, you know. Veggie burgers, I can't eat a veggie burger. If I want something that is even a resemblance of a burger, I just want a burger. I don't want a veggie burger because they always taste like you put cardboard between the bun and added the fixings that a burger has. And that's just not that palatable. But today is your lucky day because we're going to make a simple recipe using some common vegetables, easy to find in any grocery store, and we're going to add a little wine to it. And the cook is going to have a little wine before we start. There, very important that the cook is in a good spirit. So what we have here is very simple. I used the food processor and I chopped 1/2 cup zucchini, 1/2 cup mushroom, 1/2 cup of red bell pepper, just like that. This is 3 egg whites. I took the yolks out because I'm cholesterol freak. Gotta watch my cholesterol. And this is actually 1/2 cup of cilantro, and underneath, I kind of hid that because I ran out of bowls, is 1/2 cup of green onion. So, I want that off my hand. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to add the vegetables to 2 cups of rice, and this was left over from a dinner I made the other night, so it has a few beans in it, and beans are always good to add extra protein to your recipe, so you can never have enough beans. Pinto beans really high in protein. It's actually 8 grams of protein per 1/2 cup, which is higher than this rice that I'm using, which is basmati rice, which is only 3 grams of protein. Whole brown rice, I'm pretty sure has more protein, but this is what I had. So we're going to add all of our raw vegetables to this bowl of rice here with the little bit of beans I had left over. Anything you have left over actually in vegetables, throw them in the Cuisinart, chop them up or chop them by hand, but I'm lazy because I have to have time for drinking, so I'm using the Cuisinart whenever I can. This took like 5 minutes to chop up all this stuff. Add all this beautiful green. Look at that. Alright, we're going to mix that up, and you can use your hands. Why not? We're drinking here. Alright, so that seems pretty mixed. Did it run? Next, we're going to add 3 egg whites. Just the egg whites because I'm watching my cholesterol and I got enough protein in here, so I don't need to add more protein right now. And I'm going to mix that up. And I'm going to use these bowls because I don't want to use my hands, get egg on them. And they were sitting right there, so that works. So next, we're going to add some, it's a mixture of flour and cornmeal, 1/4 cup of cornmeal, 1/4 cup of flour. We're going to add that. We're going to mix that in. I'm going to use these bowls again. Start mixing all this grand final mix. I'm going to add in a mixture of balsamic vinegar. There's only just a dash of that. It really adds some zest to the food. It pops the flavors. We're going to add some prepared mustard, 1 tablespoon of that, and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. That's all. I'm going to mix that in. Plus, second to last thing we're going to add, teaspoon of fresh ground pepper. And last but not least, my grandfather's pet mortar and pestle that he made, I'm going to use to grind up a few pepitas. And we're going to add those too just for fun. And these are really high in protein. They're pumpkin seeds. And they're also salted, so add a little more salt to them. Grind it up. We're going to add that. That looks good. And we're going to add a little wine. My gnat wants some too. 1,000. 2 seconds worth of wine. That's all it takes. Okay. Now we're going to mix that up. Oh, that smells good. Oh, it smells really good. Look at that. Now I prepared this pan with 3 tablespoons. It was pretty generous because this is a hearty mixture to fry. So what I'm using is a grapeseed oil from Spain, actually, that was really economical at my local market, and it's high in polyunsaturated fat, and it even has omega-6, and it has a really high smoke temperature of about 400 degrees. So now I'm going to form these into some patties. Kind of wet because I got a lot of vegetables in there. So we're ready to cook these patties, and I heated this pan. You want the pan hot. So we're gonna put that puppy right down on there. And that looks good. And put that one on there. And I'm just gonna leave that in that original footprint because I don't want to disturb it till it gets cooked a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to tip this a little bit just so the oil all kind of distributes, and I'm going to put a cover on it so it doesn't splatter. Long cover. Okay, so you're going to be cooking those on 5 minutes one side, and then I like to be a little bit exacting in the kitchen, so I love my microwave timer, so I start that right now in 5 minutes. Kitchen timer, 500 start. And we have another sip of wine. Well, this is cooked 5 minutes, so we're ready to flip the burgers and cook them on the other side. Let's see how they're doing. Oh, they look beautiful. Flip those over. I like them nice and brown, really brown, so it's not too brown for me. Oh, it looks delicious. So I'm going to move these. Oops, that one's a little wet on the bottom. I'm going to move these to the center so they get the burner heat direct. And I'm going to cover them again. Like that. Just kind of go off the stove there. I'm going to fold that over a little bit. There we go. Cover that. And oh, those are nice. Oh, the burgers are done. Cheese is melted, and I've been toasting the buns, so I'm going to go ahead and dress these up. I've got, I'm going to go ahead and put some mayonnaise on here. Oops, that was a lot. I'll spread it between two. I'm going to dress this up kind of like a hamburger because that's what's a comfort food for people. I love that. And I put some lettuce on here. Lay that down. And we're going to serve them up. Looks pretty good. There we go. And dinner is served. Voila. I'm going to try this now. It looks very delicious, and I'm hungry. I'm going to cut it in half because it's kind of wide. Looks good. And give it a little bite. A little hot. That is a better veggie burger. Good. Oh, forgot the wine. Buon appetito.